Hi, everybody. Ryan and Jen here. Hope you had a great Christmas
And
and
Happy New Year, everyone.
yeah, it's going to be a great 2022. Jenny and I love doing our sessions with you, our training sessions, and this is just a reminder of our last session. And so we talked about conversations, and Jen, you certainly have some great experience with this here.
That's for sure. We have 5 kids and we went through a lot of questions, as I'm sure many of you parents out there did. And now it's the grandchildren asking us questions.
Great questions. What's really interesting is that happens, when they're preschool, but then they head into high school and they shut up, right? It's sort of sad.
And yeah, then not only do they shut up, but they stop asking questions.
Totally. And that's the point is, we as adults, we get conditioned to not ask as many questions. And so we want to encourage you to ask a lot of questions. And we had fun with that. I don't know if you remember this team, but, the red words that we did a little research and we found that the red words in the Gospels came out to around 38,852. And then if you divide that by the amount of words that Jesus uses in questions, it ends up that about 9.4% of the words that Jesus spoke in the Gospels were in the form of a question, which is crazy, Jen, when you think of 10% of the time that Jesus spoke, the Son of God, he didn't need to tell us anything. He didn't need to ask us anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he would spend that much time, using questions. And the question is, why would he use so many questions?
Amazing.
Yeah, just sort of fun. So we love that. Jesus asked questions, so we want to get good at questions. And remember, team, we talked about this value acronym, right? And we'll just walk through it quick. So the V we said was to validate the relationship. Always start with people. Well, Jen, you do a good job on this. You're my feeling girl. I always ask you about how are people feeling. Like you focus on people. What's your recommendation here?
Well, that's a beautiful way to validate someone else is by validating their feelings. If they're feeling a certain way, even if we're not feeling that way or don't understand it, just acknowledging that that's their feeling, it greatly validates someone else.
So when we're talking about leadership conversations, the great start in a conversation is to validate the relationship or validate the person. Ask about them first. Start with them. The A is obviously ask great questions. And all of you are working on that. We're working on that. We love these questions around metacognition, which are questions that get people thinking about their thinking. We'll talk to you about that next time. The L, Jennifer, you do a better job here than I do.
Not true, but the L is for listen, to listen, really listen. And we talked about, I don't know if the camera's on, but just the iPhone effect, even having an iPhone sitting on the table during a conversation, even if it's never opened, hinders the ability to listen. It hinders the communication. So listening really is undivided attention.
Wow. I thought she was going to kiss me there. The U is to understand the other person's point of view before you ask them to understand yours. There's a mouthful, but powerful, right? So you're thinking about what's their point of view? What's their frame? How are they seeing life? And then finally, in most of the conversations that we're going to have, we're going to empower some sort of next step or some sort of action or some sort of something. So that was the value acronym, team. Do you remember that? One more time. Validate, ask, listen, understand, and empower. And I know that Ken is getting that out to you and on paper. And Jen and I are available, right? Anytime, send us a little email, ryanwalter.com. You can connect with us, or we'd love to, we're looking forward to our next session together.
I was gonna say, speaking of asking questions, feel free to ask a question.
Nice. I like,
Ryan at ryanwalter.com or Jenn, Jenn at ryanwalter.com.
and remember, Jesus was the master at questions. So let's be reading his word. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm actually downloading, I'm pulling out every question out of the gospel so that I can try to analyze it. So that's sort of fun. All right, everybody. See you soon.
Can't wait.